Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. And on this episode, well, this is what hopefully you've all been waiting for. What we're going to do in this episode is we're going to start to seriously sequence break the game. Basically, if you've played the game before, you have to get through the Tower of Hera, then you'll go get the Master Sword to access another part of the game. But there's a way to kind of access other areas of the Dark World before we get the Master Sword and kind of jump around a little bit. So what we need to do is go down here, and then over here on the right, there's actually going to be this section where in the light world, there's a bridge. And what we want to do is we want to teleport back and forth. Now, there's a frame or two, and it took me a while to figure this out, but there's a particular frame when you go back and forth where you'll actually, if you press right or any direction at the same time, as that particular frame that is, you'll actually move just a pixel or two over in that direction. So see if you can watch that closely. It didn't happen this time, but watch the next one. You have to get the timing really correct on this. And there we go. You see it was a jump, and there you go. So anyways, we are accessing a certain location where you normally couldn't access. And no, it's not injuring us. We're actually breaking the game a little bit. But if you go down here, the graphics start to glitch out a little bit, and this is only temporary. Once you get to another part of the map and teleport back and forth a couple times, it washes out. So don't worry about this too much, viewers. You're not going to see this graphics glitch happen but a short time in the Let's Play, that is. Anyways, we could actually attempt to complete a few areas, a few extra dungeons, but we're not going to do that just yet. But let me explain it this way. In the game, you have to get the Master Sword to get past a particular spot, but you don't just have to have the Master Sword. You can pretty much have any sword at the Master Sword equivalent or higher. So what we're going to do is we're not going to get the Master Sword at all, but we're going to get the Tempered Master Sword. And it kind of works out because the game developers didn't anticipate this glitch happening, you know? So basically, any sword you take to get tempered, if it's level 2 or 1, or if it's, you know, underneath the tempered sword level, I think, they'll automatically temper it for you. So we'll get the Master Sword without picking up the Master Sword. That's pretty cool. But to get there, it's kind of difficult. You have to kind of do that glitch again, but you have to do 3 jumps in a row, or 3 movements in a row. And it was really tricky for me to get this to work. Now the first thing you want to do is go back and forth here in this little corner. And what you want to do is, see if we can get this to work. Yeah, you want to teleport right as you're jumping off. And what will happen is eventually you'll move over into the middle of this ladder. Now, some glitchers, some speedrunners or glitchers or whatever you want to call them, can get it in about 3 moves. I couldn't get it down that efficiently. But anyways, this is the first stage. Get to this middle part you'll see here. You'll see it move just a pixel before I teleported. And eventually I'll get in the middle of this. And what you want to do now is you want to slowly work your way north. And then do it again. It took me a while to figure this out. You have to be in like a pixel perfect spot for this to work. Now I got to, I think, jump across again. You have to pick that exact frame to teleport. And I think it's actually may not be that exact frame. It may be within 2 or 3 frames, but it's very tricky to do. Almost there. One more jump. Well, no, we're there. So anyways, that's how you get to this section. So we didn't even need the Titan's Mitt. Now, to do other sequence breaking, we're going to have to get other items in order to do that. And the next sequence break that we're going to do later in the Let's Play is going to have something to do with the sword. Again, so most of the glitches have something tied to the sword. But anyway, now we've got this frog here. We could actually go over here. And you'll notice we really don't need the Titan's Mitt or anything just yet. We could just teleport across. And that's pretty nice. And there is kind of a bug in this game because you don't necessarily have to... well, I mean... basically, you don't have to have the Master Sword in order to get it tempered. You just have to have those two guys there. And we don't have our sword now, but it's kind of easy to get this to work. Just go back and forth a couple times and you'll have your sword ready. I'm going to teleport to the wrong spot there, but whatever. Because I immediately went back. Yeah, I shouldn't have teleported before then, but oh well. Some of this I'm doing actually from memory, so it's not going to be a perfect run, but it is going to be a no-death run. Well, mostly no death. No death, if you know what I mean. There may be something I want to show off that involves that, maybe. You'll find out. Anyways, now that we've got this done, we can go directly to the Tempered Sword. And this counts as a Master Sword. So anything the Master Sword can do, this can do better. And so that means we don't have to pick up the Master Sword. And there is something else I want to mention too, is that once you have the Tempered Sword, don't go and grab the Master Sword once you complete Tower of Hera, or your sword will actually reset back to the Master Sword. And I haven't tested it to see if you could actually go back and get your sword retempered, but I'm assuming you probably could. But, oh well. We're going to skip that whole Master Sword section because we really don't have to do it. And that's kind of interesting. And so far, I've played pretty far in the game and it hasn't bugged anything out yet. But there is something else I want to get up here. I might as well, you know. So sure, yeah, we'll find it. So anyways, to find this, you have to teleport over here, and basically dig up in this corner. And if I can remember it, I was doing it from memory here as well. There it is. I just remember it being in the upper left-hand corner. But anyways, now we have the ocarina, or flute, so that's pretty cool. Now that we have the Tempered Sword, a lot of enemies, and a lot of boss enemies are going to be actually pretty easy, but they're going to be a lot easier in the future, because, like I said, the other glitch we're going to do, it's not technically a glitch, but basically a limitation of the game. But anyways, I'll get to that when we get there. But thank you so much for watching Let's Play Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.